Live from Appleton, it's APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 570 for Thursday, Thanksgiving, November 28th, 2024.
This week, we have chaos, apparently. Banter, news, updates, juicy inks, pretty pens, new bookmarks, answers, a new question, plus
maybe some
stuff that's coming soon. I don't
there
know.
you go.
I don't know. Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
So, I don't think I've ever told you this story. So one time I was at the ER.
Okay.
And I needed I had an accident, bike accident. I need stitches.
Okay.
I asked the doctor. I said, "Can I? Do you mind if I do the stitches myself? I'm just curious, that whole process. Can I do the stitches?" He goes, "Yeah, fine. Suit yourself."
Nice. Suit yourself.
Suit
nice. Today, Thursday, November 28th, is Thanksgiving Day. Be thankful you don't have to listen to dad jokes all
come
day.
on.
I know. What are you all doing for Thanksgiving? We are having Lindsay and her boyfriend and Garrett over for Thanksgiving. Food has been assigned, meaning who's bringing what. And I did confirm with our son that he is bringing the apple pie and ice cream, which means Lindsay and Michael are bringing the pumpkin pie and the Ready Whip, not the Cool Whip. And we're still doing Potato Wars this year.
Round 2.
Yes,
round
so
2.
That'll be fun.
I'm going to have to look up a little recipe or something.
Okay.
We'll see if we can. I know we kind of talked about it.
We did, so we'll see.
Let's see if we can spice it up a little bit.
Okay.
And, of course, the most important thing that I like to do on Thanksgiving is...
Oh, God, that's
and
going to be heartbreaking this year.
Everybody hates this, or they used to anyway, especially when the kids were younger.
Because all they wanted to do was eat. And you're sitting there with your plate full of food, getting cold, and Dad makes them say...
Okay, I want to go around the room, and I want everybody to say, take a couple sentences, tell me what you're thankful for. And so that's...
Every year I cry.
So anyway, Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, Friday, November 29th, is Black Friday. We're going to talk about Black Friday deals in a moment, which actually are right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
So
and then
we'll get those.
Saturday, November 30th, is Small Business Saturday. It's actually very late this year.
It's kind of bittersweet. Didn't we open our business on Small Business Saturday?
Our original store in 2013 on Small Business Saturday. So small businesses are important, so make sure to go out and support your local small business when and where you can, whether it's a coffee shop or a pet store or whatever you have near you that you like. Don't forget to support them.
I remember that day fondly because I remember we didn't have much up, and we had some of the AP notepads up. And I remember that was one of the first things that somebody brought up to the counter, and this just seems like I'm talking like it's 1950, but we had a little book that had the carbons in it.
Oh, yeah.
We manually wrote the receipts out.
Yep.
I think I stumbled across those the other day. It's hilarious. But anyway.
Okay. So Small Business Saturday, support your local small business. There are several downtown. Even though we're not downtown anymore,
No.
Like yesterday, we went to Garden View for lunch, and
and don't diminish, and so oftentimes we see folks come in and say, well, I can't do my. I don't care if you buy a pack of cartridges; it doesn't matter.
Cup of coffee or a pastry. We love Copper Rock downtown.
I go to the bike shop; I'll buy a tube I don't need.
Do you?
Well,
really?
I didn't want to say what I actually will buy, but it doesn't matter. It's
Right.
it's just it's appreciated and everybody knows it, and spread the love. So.
Yep. Awesome.
We got some just in, I guess.
All right.
And it's the whole page is all my scribbled notes.
Yes.
If anybody says that, fountain pens are going to make your handwriting look
No.
good, not necessarily.
No.
It does take practice. We did get some new Sheaffer, the coffee edition, like we mentioned this last week, that come in. We do have them in. The 100s.
These are so cool. I may have to steal one of
I
these.
know that fountain pen, Yeah, fine and medium nibs on these. It's so cute though. I mean, I'm just trying to envision, what's going to happen in January. I'm going to be sitting there with my coffee cup.
We can journal.
I'll be in my pajamas,
jammies.
and I don't know. But what a cute pen. And this is would you really call that rose gold? It's really kind of a bronze.
It's like a bronze color.
bronze.
It's not really rose gold trim.
Yeah, so it's not as
really
pink.
Nice accent to it. Very different.
I
So
like it.
impressively new and different for Sheaffer.
So fountain pen, ballpoint, rollerball, fountain pens, fine and medium, steel nib, comes with a converter. We've talked about them before, but every time we get them, they go out.
Yes.
So we got some more and some ink.
Yes, this
Your
is my
favorite?
favorite red ink. Red ink is hard. It's really difficult to nail red ink. It's either too orange, too pink, too neon, too just obnoxious.
Too hard to read.
Yes, Sheaffer Red is just really, to me, sort of like Fire Engine Red or Christmas Red. It's just really a great, true red to my eyes.
It's always kind of been, correct me if I'm wrong, it's always kind of been the gold standard for red.
For me, yeah.
I think for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sheaffer Red, because it had been around for a long time.
Right.
And this actually, so we got Sheaffer Red, we got Sheaffer Brown.
Yep.
And
Great brown.
The brown for me, every time I see this, I think of one person, and I think of Cheryl Tyree.
Oh, because she likes brown ink.
Because the first pen I ever had her repair for me, she sent back, and she had this custom stationery with the Sheaffer pen on the top, and she wrote it in brown ink, and I emailed her back. I said, "That's fantastic. What is it?" I mean, because it looks, when it was on the paper, it looked like it was 100 years old.
Okay.
It had that really
That
vintage
vintage look,
sepia tone to it. I loved it. Sheaffer Brown.
Okay.
I might have to grab a bottle of that myself.
We're having a bit of an Instagram battle, and I'm losing.
You're not losing.
I
You are
am
a
pretty
winner.
sure
You are
I'm losing.
absolutely a winner.
And
this is not a competition.
It is a competition.
It doesn't
It
have
is
to be,
absolutely a competition.
I have people who probably follow me for other things other than pens.
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
mean,
losing.
what are we at? Am I like for the past week? It's been like
9. You're ahead by 9.
It's been like 9 or 8 to 10 all week.
So what are we talking about? Instagram. Since we will be closing down and we will lose our email, and we will lose YouTube and the company Facebook and the company Instagram.
that's how you can find us.
That's how you can find us.
Instagram, so.
I am Lisa Anderson Pens, and Brian is Brian Anderson Pens, and he currently has 9 more followers than I do.
And go ahead, sign up for her.
Please.
And next week, hit me up.
No. But that will be the best way to keep track
Yeah.
of us, see what we're doing. Brian in his jammies with the 2 cats curled
Oh,
up.
you're not going to see me in my jammies, but
I'll cut that off.
there's probably going to be a high percentage of cat pictures. I mean, at least now. I mean, in the winter. So anyway, so there it is. We have. So I added this next thing.
I
in
see
here.
that.
And I just don't know how to get the word out to people. So I figured this is the best way. So what am I talking about? We have a couple of items here in the store. And we've mentioned this before. We have some things that are just too big to ship.
Yes.
I want to highlight 2 pieces.
All right.
One of which is very dear to me. I have 2 very beautiful vintage, original vintage cases. One is a Wall Eversharp case. I believe 1909, I think, is the date on this. I could be wrong on that. It's right when Wall and Eversharp combined.
Okay.
So it says Wall on one side, Eversharp, and then it says Right Hand Companions. It's a super cool case. It locks. It's fairly slim and trim, and it's it's
Waist high.
it's waist high, and it's about yay big. It's what is that, a foot and a half? Beautiful case, locking back door. I've got a key for it, and the really nice one, and Linz will take some pictures here, is the Parker case that we have. And it's about the same height,
that
but
the
it's
big one?
bigger. Yes,
Yeah.
it's bigger. The woodwork on it is phenomenal. It's really attractive. The glass is etched with the Parker Lucky Curve logo in it. It's stunning. Very super thick glass too. So this is not like the earlier cases of thin glass.
This is
my Aiken
thick.
case is that wavy glass. It's real thin. This is thick. You can put stuff on it. It's not going to break or get damaged.
Our cat has been known to jump on it, and if it holds Max,
Yes.
it'll hold anything.
Yeah, you got Max is what, 16 pounds?
17
17.
something, yeah.
It's a beautiful case, really beautiful case. If you have a pen room or you have a place for it, please do take a look at it. I'd really love it to go to a good home.
And what's the story behind it? Both of those.
So the story, all right. So we'll go
I
there.
am the best wife.
You're the best
On
wife.
Valentine's Day, I let Brian go unchaperoned in an SUV to an auction at a longtime
It's like
pen collector's house.
3 hours away.
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours away. So I got up early, and it was an 8-hour deal.
Yeah.
And I've told the story before, but the whole deal went kind of counterclockwise around the guy's house. And so everything was in the garage. It was tables in front. And the one case I wanted, they started just on the other side of. So it literally was like one of the last things. I mean,
Right.
there was a break for lunch. There
Yeah.
was, and so 8 hours later, we finally got around to that
Including
case.
lawnmowers and
Yeah.
patio furniture and whatever.
There were also there had to have been at least 20 feet of tables with just desk bases on them. And I'll never forget Susan Worth, rest her soul, comes up to me, and she loved jotters, and she loved jotter desk pens, and she came up to me and she slapped my hand. She says, "Don't you dare bid on that."
Okay.
I said, "Susan, it's all yours, baby." So
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, so I bought these 2 cases at that auction, and I had a bunch of other stuff in the car.
Couple other cases.
And I literally almost couldn't get it in the car, such that met some new friends that day who still show up
Who helped you
from time to time.
You helped each other load
Yes,
cars.
yeah, we
right?
helped each
Yeah.
other load cars. But I spent 3 hours with my hands kind of like this,
holding it
so it
in the
wouldn't
passenger
go,
seat.
the passenger seat, so it wouldn't go through the front. So anyway, the Parker case is beautiful. Please consider it. I want it to
Comes
go to
with a
good
great
home.
story.
It comes with a great story, and it's a really nice case.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have that. I also have a countertop Parker 51 display that lights up and works.
Oh my God, you love this thing. Please buy this thing because
It's
oh
cheap.
my God,
It's cheap. And then
it's going to show up in our bedroom.
no. I'm that one I can let go.
Okay.
That one I let go.
I have that on video.
I like the Parker case enough that if it doesn't sell, we
No.
may have we'll talk. And I also have a really cool lighted Parker Centennial Dual Fold display. It's got a cool old car on it. For 10 years, I never noticed there was actually a pen in the photograph. Kid you not, I've had it for 10 years.
What is our family motto?
Be observant.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. It's a cool car. So anyway, it lights up. It's from the 1987 release of the Dual Fold. It works. It's a little dusty. It could use a little cleaning. But anyway, so I have some of those things in the store. If you're local or if you're interested, stop on by, give us a call, and let's find you.
Come pick it up. Brian's a pro. He will help you load it into your car.
Yep. We got some just in.
We do. Some new bookmarks. Bookmarks have been literally flying off the shelves, which is great, and these are really cute. So we have a little pink cherry blossom, the Sakura.
Sakura, yeah, that's.
And then
adorable,
we also have, because Brian loves daisies, we have a little daisy that's actually curved, which is kind of cool.
yeah, it's interesting.
So
It
these
plays
are
off the light.
2 new things, and they'll only be around for a couple weeks, so grab them while you can. But
I think if you could combine that with a cup of coffee and a cat,
a daisy, a cup of coffee, and a cat.
it might be the most perfect thing ever.
I can do more than one for you.
Oh, well, that's an idea.
Christmas, there we go.
All right.
All right.
We're going to do some spotlight. I've got some consignment pens here
Okay.
that are off the charts. And unfortunately,
We've actually sold some.
yeah,
already.
unfortunately, two of them already sold. There was an
What's
Omas.
up? Unfortunately.
Well, no, but I
Not
like,
unfortunately to the people who bought them.
No, yeah, don't take it that way. I like to show them off, and we can't because we sold them.
Right.
The Omas Arco, that's
Right.
gone.
That went to a very happy customer.
Yeah. This one here is fantastic. This really needs to sell. I love this pen.
Why does it need to sell?
It's because I love it.
Oh,
I
please
love
buy
this.
it.
This is an Omas S2001, sterling silver cap, guilloche barrel piston filler, of course, 14 karat nib, is beautiful. This pattern, sterling silver cap.
For several reasons, you're not allowed to have that.
Yeah,
so.
for several hundred reasons,
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have this apparently. But it's beautiful. It's really stunning. I know everybody loves the Arco and they love the Paragons and the Arte Italianos and stuff. This is like Ogiva style. It's beautiful. I love this pen. Really great. We've got a Visconti Wall Street, Old Wall Street, ballpoint.
Ballpoint, okay.
Ballpoint, yep. Parker style refill. Really nice. Stacked celluloid. Hard to go wrong with that. I love those. Some of the nicest things they've ever done.
Oh, be still my heart with the next one. Oh,
Well, I'll make you a deal.
no.
You buy me the Omas,
No,
I'll buy you this one because
no.
it's a ST DuPont Olympio, medium size, not the large. It's the medium size in the Vertigo pattern.
Yeah, I love this.
Stunning
We see these occasionally. People will send pictures and they need a refill or they aren't sure what they have. I've always loved this pattern.
Yeah, it's really great. Really a great pen. It kind of reminds me of Rodney Dangerfield. It's like pants that Rodney
Plaid
would
pants,
wear.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. I was envisioning the movie Caddyshack.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
And last but not least, I have these are they're not a set. I mean, they are, but they're not. I'm not selling them as a set. I've got a pair of Delta Julius Caesar limited edition fountain pen and ballpoint. Nice gold nib. This is the
Beautiful red.
look at this nib, this bicolor nib, tritone. Really nice. This is there was another version of this that had a sterling cap.
Okay.
Obviously, this is not the sterling cap version, but limited edition of
Beautiful.
999 pieces. Really pretty nice.
Gorgeous material with Julius Caesar on the top, which is cool.
And so all of these are on the site. I'm pretty sure they've all been inked, ballpoints aside. But they're so clean.
Immaculate
They were really
condition.
clean, and I have boxes for all of them. So,
Awesome.
So that's that. We're going to talk about some ink, more
Okay.
ink. Well, we already talked about this ink, right?
Yep.
So we got
All
some
right.
cartridges.
Cartridges.
Want to talk about the cartridges first?
Especially with the store closing, you want to make sure to stock up on ballpoint and roller ball refills and cartridges. If you ever have need of a cartridge, I mean, a lot of us prefer a converter, but once in a while you need a cartridge, or you love certain bottle ink colors. For Sailor and for Monteverde, you can get many of them
In cartridge
in
format.
cartridges, which is killer.
Yeah. So what do we got here? The Monteverde I like.
Monteverde is a really great value. Those are the short standard international, and you get 12 of them in a package for $7, which is a really good value.
Ridiculous. This California teal is
That's
a
a
great
pretty
color.
color.
The Moonstone is a really interesting.
Moonstone is
kind of
very
a
interesting.
brownish,
I wasn't
grayish-
sure what to think of that and the
I like
fire
it.
opal.
I like
but
it.
it's actually two of the more popular colors.
But these are kind of nice because this will open up and then
Yeah.
there's little
a nice
slots,
little carrying case.
little slots in there that you can keep them in.
And then the Sailor, the Shikiori come in cartridges, a 3-pack, and these are also a nice little package. So I really
You're not
like.
gonna open it up,
I'm
are you?
not.
You're never gonna
'cause
get it
I'm never
closed.
going to get it closed. Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
Yamadori.
Step away.
You can get Yamadori in cartridges. How awesome is that?
That is. So definitely don't forget to stock up on cartridges for especially your pens that are proprietary.
Yep. So we got those. Do we want to talk about? Oh, that's coming up.
Yes.
Oh, that's right here.
Okay.
Here we are.
Here we are.
You don't know what I'm talking about, which is probably normal. Black Friday deals, which
Yes.
started this morning,
Correct.
Thanksgiving Day. So I'm going to just read this off, and then
Yep.
we'll hit those up. So a couple of things we're going to do in 25% off ink samples, all ink samples.
Because they got to go.
They got to go. And we have some, obviously we don't have bottles of, so if you want that particular color, we may only have it in an ink sample.
And whatever we have is all we're going to have. We are not doing up any more
Yeah,
ink samples at this point.
Yeah. Private Reserve ink, we're pretty healthy on that, 25% off. So there's some good colors in there.
Yes. And those they are big bottles. It's a good value.
Yeah.
So at 25% off, that's a killer
I
value.
think we mentioned them last week.
Yep.
Whatever remaining vintage is left, and it has been decimated over the past week and a half, 10% off.
Vintage, not consignment.
Not consignment, yeah,
Right.
vintage.
Because that's a special pricing
Yeah,
arrangement.
not
So.
consignment.
Okay.
And then ink, So we're going to do this. We've never done this before, but we're going to do it.
It is allowed.
It is allowed. Sailor Ink Studio, 10% off, as well as Sailor 50 States inks.
Yes.
So what do we got? This is nice.
Is
this really the same color?
Yeah.
Oh,
Louisiana, really pretty pink.
So I've got Vermont here. You know, on this, and this is why I don't think you should never look at the color that's on
the box
because
it's not the same.
This doesn't look the same at all. The Vermont's, you know, it's a nice kind of a greeny forest green kind of. But look what it comes out as.
So
awesome.
much prettier.
So like a teal, turquoise. I mean, what a pretty color that Vermont is.
Yep.
I might need a bottle of that.
Do you? Okay.
Well, you know, I mean, I like greens.
Okay.
So we got that, and there's of course, Ink Studio. We don't have 100 colors anymore. There's a lot of colors,
dozens
and dozens
of
of colors.
And whatever we have is what we have.
You know, I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
Just getting off of Black Friday for a second. I'm going to make a prediction that the Ink Studio is probably, you're going to see a point in the next couple of years where they discontinue it. They get rid of it. That's my prediction. I'm just going to say that.
Why?
It's the worst selling ink in the series.
Well, I think there are too many options.
There's a lot of options.
There are beautiful colors,
Yeah.
and Sailor any color ink is well behaved and awesome. But I do think that when it first was released in the U.S., it was really a big deal because it was unusual and there was nothing like it. I do think there are perhaps too many choices, and
or they need to mix it up.
The numbers are
confusing.
not as exciting as a cool name.
Well,
You know,
the
I-
problem
I-
we probably run into though is you have Japanese companies going to use a Japanese name for the color,
Right, and there
which
are
is number
so
one.
many-
Is sometimes it's hard to pronounce. They
Right.
don't give you the pronunciation.
Right.
You got to make something up.
So numbers are easier.
numbers are
but
easier,
They're not
but-
as romantic.
They're not as romantic, and I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's not that they're not good. It's just that
They're awesome.
I mean, Sailor's got what 250 colors.
There's a
now.
bunch,
I mean,
yeah.
you got almost every state in the union, 50 states.
The Shikiori, the Manyo,
Manyo.
all
I mean,
sorts.
if you want to throw in
Your
Kobe in
Meku,
there too,
yeah.
your Meku, lots of colors. So I'm just going to say that.
They are on sale for Black Friday. And so if there is an Ink Studio color you've been eyeing, grab it now.
Yeah, there's something. What's the one you used to use? That blue one. Used as a test. You don't remember?
Oh, 341.
341 was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, and of course we reserve the right to add more deals onto the list that I don't have on here. We've been kind of just working this over. Hobonichi. So 25% off. If it has Hobonichi in the name, it's 25% off. So it's everything. Covers, dated, Teicho's cousins.
Pencil boards, memo pads, notebooks.
Yeah.
If it's a Hobonichi, it is on sale for Black Friday.
On sale.
We had a question.
Not a contest.
Yes.
What is your favorite APTV memory? I'm going to read the first one here.
Okay. Now, it took 2 weeks for some of you to actually answer the question because I know we totally dropped that bombshell a couple weeks ago. So, your favorite APTV memory?
Michelle Canfield says, favorite APTV moments. A recent one was when Brian picked up his coffee mug to take a sip. I noticed the mug said "Dad jokes loading." That gave me a chuckle. What you don't know is there's actually a message on the inside. I can't see it because I still have coffee in here. I forget what it says, but there's a little joke on the inside.
Thank you, TJ Maxx, for awesome mugs.
Otherwise, my favorite moment is the start of every episode, which seems to always be mid-joke. You guys clearly love what you do, and it is a treat to be pulled in by that passion and excitement every week when I watch. Thank you, Michelle.
Fred Folt says, my favorite memory of the shows is when Brian would take a pen apart to show how they worked or what different designs between brands. I'm going to miss listening to you guys every Thursday. You've become a part of my routine since retiring. Cannot wait to see what your next adventure will be.
Yeah, me too. Andrew Kuhn, favorite memory.
Oh my God, this made me cry.
When Lisa could finally come back for good after wrapping up in Chicago.
That was hard. You'd think that would be a no-brainer, like, whoa, I get to come home. But it was really hard because I'd been living on my own in a less than 400 square foot apartment in Chicago for 18 months. I'd see Brian every 6 weeks. I'd come home for like literally a day. We'd switch. And then to pack everything up and come home, it was amazing, but it was a little hard for both of us to kind of
Yeah,
reclaim space, and you and the cats had now taken up the whole bed. And
Well, I mean, now work with me here, right? Okay, your spouse is gone and working in another state. It's another city, doesn't matter state.
It's a state.
You got a queen size bed. I'm not just sleeping on the right side anymore. I'm taking it up in the middle.
I was in a twin bed in Chicago.
Well, I'm sorry.
I was in the middle.
I'm sorry for that. But,
It was a great bed.
I mean, and Max, let me remind you, Max is 16 pounds.
Right,
That boy needs a little room.
So it was amazing to come home for good. There was a bit of an adjustment and trying to figure out who I was and what my place was in the company now that I wasn't the sole employee of the store. So
Wayne Bosma, who actually is here tomorrow or yesterday. Depending on which end of the spectrum we're at, says, "Hi, Brian and Lisa. It is great to see that despite your circumstances, you are doing well enough to do this APTV live. Visiting AP Chicago was always a high point in my trips to the city, but I think my favorite Anderson Pens experience was when we finally made it to Appleton after the Chicago store had closed. Can't wait to do it again next week." So,
Yep.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Wayne.
T Colorado F. So many favorite memories. Buying my first Sailor Pro Gear from you is a great memory. It remains my favorite pen, even though I now have 3, all purchased from Anderson Pens. We warn you people, this is a slippery slope. Pace yourself. I look forward to what comes next from you. Much love and thank you.
And our featured comment this week, Min Truong, I think maybe I got that right, says, "I placed my order last week and finally got a vintage pen from you guys." So
Nice.
awesome. I hope you love it. And there will be more in the future. We have a new question this week.
We have
2. It's a 2-parter.
it's an alternate, yeah. So you do the first one.
Well, so this is, every week we go, "Oh, what's the question of the week going to be?" And so then usually it's,
Sometimes Lindsay comes up with them. Sometimes we
just
override
throw
it.
random stuff in
Yeah.
the air. I said, well, let's just do a classic because things change.
Right.
With so many inks to choose from, what is your favorite color of ink?
Okay.
If you don't have a favorite, what's an ink you've been dying to try?
So favorite color, or what do you want to try? What do you want to play with?
Man, I'm looking forward to next year. I think I'm going to actually start to maybe.
Use your ink?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
You're not going to use my ink, are you?
Well, no.
Okay.
No, I don't want your ink. Except
Okay.
never mind. Except for that one bottle. I don't know. I might move towards more of a green.
Oh, I have a
love
great green.
Yes.
I have a couple
I
good
got a couple
greens.
greens.
Okay.
I mean, blue's too easy.
Blue is easy.
But Sailor Blue is such a nice blue.
I know. But orange is a great color. Huge orange fan here. Maybe in 2025, all I will use is blue and orange for Syracuse. Go Orange
Oh
Men.
my goodness gracious.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Let us know. Let us know. Go Orangeman. So the annual Thanksgiving question.
Yes.
So last year we did
Potato Wars.
Potato Wars version 1, chapter 1, whatever you want to call it, first edition.
So everyone who came to the house had to bring a potato-based dish
Something.
or side or something, and we had a lot of fun with it. So this year,
And we never declared a winner though. I think everybody left and we never.
I thought Eric won with the vodka,
Well,
the pink lemonade vodka.
I don't know.
But anyway, so this year, for all of you out there, potatoes, mashed, riced, diced.
Yeah, diced. Right, isn't that what we were gonna do? We're gonna do diced potatoes with some
Oh yeah, I guess.
stuff on it. What would you call
or
it?
I would just call them chopped up and
Chopped up?
spiced.
Isn't diced a fancier word for chopped up?
Well, diced is more square. Mashed,
Whatever.
riced, or other. So, chime in and tell me your favorite type of potato. I had actually never heard of riced potatoes until our first Thanksgiving, and Brian's like, "Oh, we got to rice the potatoes," and I'm like, "You mean mash them?" No, you got to rice them.
Oh, you gotta rice them.
But riced potatoes, basically, when you put the butter and gravy on it and you smush it down, you mash them anyway. So why go through the
But
hassle?
not really. So the funny story is that and we told this last year, and actually I didn't find this out until I think it was last year or a couple of years ago. So my memory of every Thanksgiving as a kid is my dad sitting over on the counter ricing the potatoes. That's all I have. And Come to find out,
And so that's a very fond
it's a very fond memory. Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
absolutely. Yeah, you know, my dad did the rice potatoes. Well, come to find out, my dad hated it. He hated doing it, couldn't stand it, and was glad when we stopped doing it, apparently. So.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But anyway.
But Brian likes it.
Yeah, why not? You know, we got a ricer.
So I would do mashed.
Yeah, but
Although,
it depends on how you do the mashed, though.
I know.
Because some people like them a little more, like them thick.
Right.
Some people like them a little.
No,
I
not
hate to use the
runny.
term runny because that's just nasty.
That's yuck.
Softer.
Scalloped.
Oh, scalloped.
You love scalloped potatoes. So anyway,
that's
there
good.
you go. Mashed, riced, or other.
Scalloped. If it's got the right kind of cheese. I'm going to write this down.
Scalloped.
All right. Anyway.
All right. I think that's it. Sincerely, thank you to all of you for joining us every week. We are grateful to have you as part of our pen family, and we hope that you have a really great holiday.
Thanks much for joining us. Tune in next week for more talk about pens, ink, paper, and potatoes.
Check us out on our personal social media, Lisa Anderson Pens.
I'm not even going to give you mine. If you can find me, great. If not, just let her win.
There you go.
Let her win.
So we'll see you next week.
Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks much.